All right, back at it. Part two. So just in case y'all missed that, we was at the winner of the 100th subscriber, and that's Sister Nisa Abdullah. So, Amar, you know who that is.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Sister Nisa Abdullah is a sister that is in our community. Uh, her whole family has always been in support, you know, of our family. And I remember Amar used to go over there because, the school is on the east side and we live on the south. So every day was a half an hour ride there and back. So that means an hour to drop him off, an hour to go pick him up. And sometimes the late let the weight off of us. Sister Nisa would invite Amar over, and it was a whole family experience. So shout out to Sister Nisa. You know, Friday we'll have your gift. So tomorrow I'm gonna call and make sure that we know exactly what you want. Also, we have some new merch. As you can see, I have a very stylish hoodie on. Call it Stonewash. Huh? You alright? Alright. Must have been traumatic because the camera went off, and you know. So we have these hoodies, and I had an idea that instead of putting it on the chest or the back or the sleeves, it's a hoodie, right? So I put the logo on the side of the hoodie. Can you see that? Amar? You can see it when I turn around? Wear it. It's like a helmet. Or flap it down. You see it on the side. But you can see the Umi's Treasure logo. Cool with that? All right. So, you here?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to practice Surah Bakra. Ayat 153. Not 286, 153. That's for y'all as you are watching. So, not too heavy on the WD talk. We're gonna wait until the weekends, see what they do. So the next one will definitely give y'all an update on WD. Um, NBA news. It's always cool to do these podcasts after a Knicks game. You don't want to talk about the Knicks. Everybody cares. You got to stop saying that. We won 7 in a row. We play Utah on New Year's Day in the Garden. You know what they did on the other holiday before, right?
No, I didn't. I
Now that
didn't
was when
see it.
Jalen Brunson. Well, the other day he had 55, but on that day, Mikael Bridges had 41. and we just keep rolling. Since you don't want to talk about it, I'm gonna talk about it. What's your well? I'm not even gonna give you a hard time because Luca and Kyrie is out, so
Word.
your team is, you know,
They're still winning. So,
are they?
yeah.
You might check your phone.
I mean, they're currently losing in the game right now.
Yeah, I
but
know.
They're still winning
What
overall.
quarter is it?
It's 440.
Oh, that's why you was looking down. You're looking at your phone and you're looking at the scores, and you knew we was getting to that segment.
I mean,
Uh,
you said sports, so I looked at the score. That's what happened.
so what happened? What's the score right now?
93, 104.
Are they losing by 8?
Type shit, yeah.
What quarter?
440.
How much time?
Do you want to look?
No, I don't. And you know that's gonna make the thing go.
It didn't.
I know that was kind of. I don't got my glasses on. So yeah, the Knicks. We on this playoff run, man. It feels good. It feels good to say Knicks in playoffs several
I
years
don't.
in a row.
I don't
You
see
didn't have to
how.
deal with those teams.
I don't see how it feels good. I never win.
Um,
I just feel good.
we went to the NBA
How does it
Finals the
feel?
year that
Does it
Kiani was
feel?
born.
Does it feel good to be a Knicks fan? The fact that y'all never ever won.
We
Y'all
did.
won.
We did
Y'all,
win. We have. We
y'all
won 2
have won.
championships.
Since
One
you have,
one in the year.
since you have
Yes,
been a
they
fan,
won one
since you have
in
been a fan,
1973. They won a championship. I was born in 1972.
you weren't a fan. You were 1 year old. You weren't a Knicks fan.
My dad got me a Knicks T-shirt.
Nah, I'm not jacking it. I'm not
Clyde
jacking it.
Frazier.
I'm not jacking it.
I had a pair of Clyde Frazier
There's
Pumas.
there's no proof of that. There's no proof that at 1 year old. There's no proof of that.
My first word was Knicks.
There's no proof.
You're not gonna give me that?
No. I'm not giving you that. I'm not giving you that.
When I was born, they said, well, no, I was 6. I was 73. They won in the 73. I was
You
well
weren't a
born.
fan.
I
You weren't
actually,
a fan.
I actually was born during
You weren't
right
a
before
fan,
the season that they won the championship.
but you weren't a fan. You had no knowledge of this being happening. This happening in your universe because you were a baby. So you weren't a fan. They haven't won since you've been a fan.
Well, happy, you know, Surah the Bakra, Ayat 153 tells us to be patient. So, so I have strived the patience. I have been patient,
bro.
since birth for the Knicks
You've
to win
been
a championship.
patient. You watched how many
A lot,
organizations win but the Knicks?
a lot. There's
Come on,
teams that
man.
haven't ever won. I gotta look that up.
There are.
Is there what teams have never won an NBA championship? Let's see who finds it first. I think you're gonna win this one.
Not even looking it up.
I know. I said you're gonna win. Phoenix Suns never won a championship. Brooklyn Nets. Shout out
It
to
doesn't even say Phoenix.
shout out. No, but you know what? I was about to shout out to Idris.
That
How many teams?
Hold up. Let me read the list.
Read the list.
It says the Brooklyn Nets, the Charlotte Hornets, the Indiana Pacers, LA Clippers, Memphis Grizzlies, Minnesota Timberwolves, New Orleans Pelicans, Orlando Magic, Phoenix Suns. Okay, so they are Utah Jazz, and that's it.
They don't have the Nets.
They were the Nets. The Nets was the first team on there.
That didn't win one. Right.
Brooklyn Nets.
The Brooklyn Nets. But
Whopping
that's the
number
Brooklyn
one.
Nets. That's the now I'm gonna tell you an interesting thing about that. That's the Brooklyn Nets. That's the New Jersey Nets, although they went to 2 championships. Jason Kidd, Kenyon Martin, Richard
never
Jefferson.
won.
They never won. But guess what? The Long Island Nets, led by Dr. J, won several ABA championships before they merged into the NBA. So it's kind of like the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns have never won an NFL Super Bowl, but before the Super Bowl was assembled, they had about 4 or 5 championships led by another Long Islander, Jim Brown. Shout out to Long Island. Shout out to Roosevelt. Yeah. And, luckily for you, where you was from, your team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, they won a championship.
I was actually a fan, and I was,
You was a fan of the Cleveland Cavaliers?
Yes.
You was a fan of the Cleveland Cavaliers?
At the time, yes.
Oh, because of Kyrie?
Yes, and LeBron.
All right,
I'm a LeBron fan as well. It's not just Kyrie.
Kyrie
is the greatest basketball player to ever play that game.
LeBron is the greatest basketball player of this era.
No.
He's not the greatest to ever play the game.
Yes, he is, bro.
No, he's not.
Statistically proven, bro.
All you got to do is be in the league for over 20 years and you can get all the records you want.
Cap.
That's not cap?
That's cap.
All right.
Plenty players that's played 20 years and haven't had near close to LeBron's accolades.
All right. What accolades are you looking for?
I'm just talking about.
You talking about the scoring one?
Talking about
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, or what was it? Karl Malone, another man that played for 20 years.
Talking about general. There's so many other players that played 20 years that ain't get close to that.
So LeBron is the leading scorer of the NBA. Is he a scorer?
Yes.
You consider LeBron a scorer? How many scoring titles he have?
He's the leading scorer of the NBA. He's
no. How many scoring titles
doesn't mean anything.
Does he have?
It doesn't mean anything.
None.
He
just scored a bunch of points over the 20-year career, waiting for his son to play one game in the NBA.
Hatred.
I gotta talk about that.
It's hate. It's hate. Hate. What did Melo do over his? Nothing.
Yeah, but he's not far from in the scoring ranks, and he probably could come back and.
Yeah. Never.
Well, he doesn't want to come back. He doesn't want to come back.
No disrespect to Melo, though.
Yeah, don't disrespect him. He's a Hall of Famer.
I can say no disrespect.
You just saying that because he's my favorite player.
Right. So
you trying to take jabs at him.
Because you're taking jabs
at
the greatest player.
I'm not.
For no reason.
Yo, this is an argument that I've been having, and maybe it's just that I'm spoiled by being older and actually seeing great ball players. All right? So the thing, and it's a Generation Z thing, right? Because y'all like the participation trophy. Yo, the man been to 11 championships and only won 4. Who's my favorite player ever? Do you know? Do you know who my favorite player ever is?
What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with this conversation?
My favorite player ever was Magic Johnson.
That has nothing to do with this conversation.
How many championships he got?
It has nothing to do with this conversation.
It does. I'm about to show you. Participation trophies. LeBron was named King James in his rookie year. At that point, he had not won anything.
So are you
It
hating?
wasn't. They
Are
wasn't
you
calling my
hating on the
favorite
fact
player.
that? Are you
And
hating on the fact that he was called King James in his
I
rookie
feel
year?
like they gave it to him too soon, and then they
Who's to
still
say?
giving. They still giving.
Who's to say? That's his reality, though.
He was named King James,
Who's
and
to
guess
say?
what? He was named King James,
That's his
and
reality. Who's to
Magic
say?
Johnson in 3 years won a high school, college, and NBA championship.
Magic Johnson can't do the
And
stuff
guess
that
what?
LeBron can do.
He had a
bro.
triple-double in Game 7 of the NBA Finals
Magic
in
Johnson
his rookie
cannot do the
year
stuff
and
LeBron can
got
do, bro.
MVP of the Finals.
Magic Johnson cannot do the stuff LeBron can do.
He can't jump like him.
That's the issue with y'all old folks. Y'all stuck in y'all era. Y'all swear these old folks, these old people that used to play, like the basketball is in a whole different generation. Like the people this generation don't even move the same. You got people that's touching the top of the backboard with barely jumping. Like the era is so different.
And
It's
they
so
did.
easy to score, so easy to put the ball in the basket now.
Is it?
Yes, for sure. So easy. But back then, it's like y'all was so old, y'all was so new to the game, y'all trying to figure out these ways. And now it's like everybody already know the ways, they just trying to perfect it. But y'all don't see it that way.
Because it was already done.
No, it wasn't. Who did it?
Did what? Jump higher?
What are we talking about?
Jumping higher doesn't constitute wins.
Bro, I was just giving an example.
Putting the ball in the hoop. It don't matter how flashy you put the ball in the hoop. If you put the ball in the hoop more times than the other team did, then you win. It don't matter if you go around the back. See, that's the problem with y'all young dudes. Since you went there with me, old dudes.
Right. So if that don't
So-
matter, how is LeBron not to go?
Winning
How-
matters to
So
old
did he not
dudes.
win? Did he not win?
Winning.
Did he not
No,
win?
he didn't.
Okay.
He didn't even win half of the championships he went to. How dare you? I'm gonna tell you this.
You got to get there.
I'm
You gotta
a
get
Knicks
there.
fan, and I've been a Knicks fan.
The Knicks ain't got
Michael
nothing.
Jordan. I'm about to get to that.
That's what I'm saying.
Michael
How you a
Jordan.
Knicks fan? We talking about winning. And
Okay.
your favorite team ain't won shit.
Yeah, but
Make it make sense.
listen, I'm about to tell you. Michael Jordan
Don't make sense.
won 6 championships in a row. How dare they compare LeBron to Michael Jordan and call him the GOAT? When
Jordan's
Michael
not that
Jordan
nice.
showed
He
up,
can't shoot
he
the ball.
won. He stopped the
Can't
Knicks.
shoot the ball.
He did shoot the ball.
Whole different generation, bro. Like,
Yeah. Our generation
he
going to
didn't
get
go
it.
left. Never. Barely.
Yo,
Not jacking it, bro. To a certain extent.
yeah.
But
I
it's
need
just
you
like
to
the
think
skill
that.
is way better. It's way harder.
What
way
you see,
harder.
the flashiness,
It's way harder.
and there's people have perfected doing things that were harder, like the
It's way
3-point shot with
harder.
Curry.
It's way harder.
Do you really think it's
you didn't go against every team didn't have a Wemby. Every team didn't have
every
that.
team don't have a Wemby now
Damn near every team got a 7-foot plus player on a team
that can
Yes.
dribble, shoot.
Not saying
Right,
You
that's what I'm
talking-
saying.
I'm talking about height. I'm not talking
No,
about skill.
every team had a 7-footer back then.
Not necessarily.
Yeah,
no.
some of
It
them was
new.
trash.
It was new that
7-foot people.
you're not listening to what I'm saying.
All right, go ahead.
Back then, it was so rare for a big man to have good feet or good
Footwork.
good footwork or that's rare. Now
Mhm.
that's regular. You got to come with a 3. Now that's feel me. It's regular for a drop step on your head. That's regular. Now you got to come with a 3. You got to come with IQ. The game is different. It's way harder. Like this is what I'm trying to say.
I
The
think
game
that
is way evolved.
I think that because you just
So-
used the word, that is where the old school players beat y'all out, and I'm gonna tell you why.
But everybody can do that though.
No, everybody does not.
Everybody in
Everybody
this game
in the
can
NBA
go dunk
does
on
not
somebody.
have a basketball IQ.
Right.
They
Yeah.
have
I ain't saying that.
skills.
I ain't saying that. Right.
They have, and this is the thing about the
Right.
NBA now. This is why it's watered down in comparison. I feel like the NBA of before, because they wasn't as skilled, had better basketball IQs because they couldn't do certain things. So they had to figure out a way to put the ball in the hole regardless to what they could not do.
Okay.
So they had to run plays.
So what is
basketball
a different
IQ.
thing? A bunch of least skilled players trying to figure out
Yes.
how to score the best way, or a bunch of overly skilled players trying to figure out how to score better over these overly skilled players and overly big, like
But
overly.
then you're saying they're overly
I'm just
skilled
saying.
player.
I'm
I'm gonna
just
give you an
saying.
example.
So if you watch, this is just in the video. If you go watch a video or a basketball game from years ago to now, it looks completely different. Right or wrong? You got people patting the ball up the court sometimes. You'll never see that in the game. I'm not lying.
I'm not from that era. So
I'm just
you
keeping
try
it
to
above.
you dribbling like Bob Cousy.
But
that's
Bob
like-
Cousy is considered
that's not
a
my
legend.
era.
But
That's-
you get what I'm saying though.
Yeah.
People will put a large name on. No disrespect to Bob Cousy, he's a legend in the game.
Mhm.
He helped the game evolve. But people will say Bob Cousy, legend, he did this, he did that. If you drop Bob Cousy in this NBA, he wouldn't score the ball. For real.
He wouldn't.
Right. This is my point though. It's like we give a lot of old players high praise. Even a lot of the old big men.
Y'all don't.
We
do.
don't because we see the real.
No,
It's
because y'all don't
lot.
care about who came before y'all.
We don't
That's
care
it.
because now it's so many people that have that to the point where if they were to do the same thing, it would be different. Like if you was to put Dwight Howard back then in some of those old
He was there though.
in his time.
All right, so
He came later, but if you drop Dwight Howard earlier in the timeline,
like who?
with Bill Russell and all of them,
Don't say Bill Russell and
I'm
all
just
of them.
saying.
Now, if
he
you
would
would
be
have said,
considered
wait,
he would be considered one of them because he had all of it.
now I'm gonna tell you something.
He had all of the. What was the difference?
That's a good one. I'm gonna tell you this.
This is what I'm trying to say, though.
Bill Russell would shut Dwight Howard down. Now, if you would have said
I'm just saying
no,
from big
now
man
no,
standpoint, because all of the big men
I'm
in
glad
this state
you picked
have
the wrong
those.
one though.
Now
look,
I never physically sat there and watched the Bill
I'm gonna
Russell
give
game. It was
so
you
I
trying
know.
to school me on
So
old school.
yeah,
I
I'm
don't
trying
wanna
to,
hear
but
that.
you don't want to hear that. But I'm about to school you on this one. You picked the wrong big man to go against. Who did you say?
Bill Russell and
you,
them.
you said
I was
Dwight
talking about
Howard.
their
I know,
era.
but I'm about to tell you why you shouldn't have said Bill Russell.
In their
Bill-
era.
but
I'm not talking about him.
I'm talking
in a
about
person.
that. You know why Bill Russell was so special? Because number one, he was 6'8". Number two, the greatest, one of the names that other older people will bring up is Wilt Chamberlain, which was 7'1", scored 100 points, but guess what? He could not win a championship against Bill Russell. Bill Russell used to shut him down. So Wilt Chamberlain, and now I'm about to say that.
Storyline, yes.
Wilt Chamberlain was better than Dwight Howard skill wise.
Listen, you're talking about he shut down this person from back in the day.
Wilt Chamberlain
You're not
had
understanding what I'm trying to say.
Wilt Chamberlain in his era would be able to play in the era that Dwight Howard would, and he would kill Dwight
That's
Howard.
Not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
Right. Wilt Chamberlain is another story.
I'm not saying Wilt Chamberlain.
He was skilled.
I'm not saying either one of them. I'm not saying Dwight Howard is better.
All right, so you just picked the wrong names.
I'm not saying no. I'm not saying Dwight Howard is better than either one of them. I do not believe that.
Now,
any
Shaq,
standpoint.
if
I'm
you
just
said
saying,
Shaq, but that's the same.
I'm
era.
just saying, Shaq would be the greatest big man. He is.
Yeah, Shaq is the best ever.
I feel like he's the greatest. But
he's up there.
If he was even earlier, he would you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like you say, they're less skilled, so they got to figure out how to score the best.
Mm-hmm.
So if you take some of these best skilled people, or they already know they moves to get to the basket. They already know what to do. It's second nature to them.
Okay,
and put them down there in that era.
I'm gonna give you
it would be a different story.
You
That's
picked
what
the
I'm trying to
right.
say.
You picked the right position, and that's the center position.
But it could go
Right?
for any
No,
position though.
not any other position. The
It can go
guards
for
and stuff.
any position.
That's not true.
Yes, any
All
position.
right, so I'm gonna give you one.
Any position.
Allen Iverson versus
any position.
Curry.
Any position. Curry's better than Allen Iverson. Yes, on all standpoints. Yes. Yes. And I'm not even a Curry fan.
Yeah.
I'm not even a Curry fan. I'm not even a Curry fan. And from all the
Allen
standpoints,
Iverson led the league in
and
scoring
from all the standpoints that
a
you're
couple
talking
of
about,
times.
so did Steph Curry. Yes.
No, he never led the league in scoring. Nah, he was behind Kevin Durant a lot of times. You can look it up.
But what is Allen Iverson's leading the league in story? Leading the league in scoring and Steph Curry's, because Steph Curry in multiple years averaged 32, right or wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I'm saying. It's a different game we're playing, because if you look back at it, Allen Iverson, I'm not saying that's what his stats was looking like. I'm not. We could go look it up.
You really want to do that?
I'm just saying.
The only
But
thing
it's not looking like
that's a
that.
good argument, because Curry got more championships, but then he had better teams than Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson was about 5'11".
I'm saying everything that you go off of argument, everything you personally go off of an argument that puts a player above a player, Stephen Curry wins in that Allen Iverson argument. Definitely.
So you saying that I could go round up my people and you round up your people, and even on my side, people gonna say Curry's better than Allen Iverson? Because I've heard that before.
Curry, yes. Curry's better than Allen Iverson.
All right.
Allen Iverson might have had that dog, that heart.
I was waiting for that.
That's the dog, the heart, but that can only get you so far. You can still have dog and heart. You still gotta win games.
All right, so we going Curry.
You can fall
Iverson.
on the floor as much times as you want.
We going Curry Iverson, Jordan, or Kobe, whichever one you prefer. LeBron.
Wait, what are you saying? Say it again.
I mean, what position? Wait. What position are you putting LeBron at first? Because I had this argument with somebody else.
LeBron is a small forward.
All right, so LeBron is
the small forward to ever play the game.
Okay. So, all right. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go first, and then I'm going to let you go. All right?
Where are we going?
We're going top 5, but that means you're number 1 at each position. You ready?
All right.
All right. So my point guard, of course, is Magic Johnson. My 2 guard, Michael Jordan. My 3 is LeBron James, and he actually earned that when he went to the championship, and in Game 7 when he had the block and he showed up in Game 7, because before that time when he won the championship in Game 7 against Curry, I'm right? It was Curry. So when he won that championship and he got the block and all of that against Curry, then I said I'm going to put him above Larry Bird. Before that, it was Larry Bird. My power forward, I have to say, is Tim Duncan. And I hated Tim Duncan when I was watching him play, because he just was so fundamentally sound, and it was like, ill. It was hard to watch, but he always wind up with his stats, and he won championships. So Tim Duncan beats out Karl Malone, and there's a host of others. Charles Barkley as power forward, but a lot of honorable mentions. But then where I get twisted is the center position, and that I have to say is Abdul Hakim Olajuwon or Shaq.
One person.
All right, so which one?
One person.
Hakeem Olajuwon. He used to kill Shaq. Shaq couldn't keep up with him. But Shaq is the most.
Wasn't Shaq young in his career when that happened?
Yeah, but they faced each other in the championship. They in the finals. Yeah. Well, Abdul Hakim, Olajuwon won 2 championships back to back, and one of them was on Orlando. So that's my 5. So you made me pick one, so I'm gonna say Abdul Hakim Olajuwon. Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, LeBron's the 3, Tim Duncan, Abdul Hakim Olajuwon. It's on you. Go ahead.
So
Point guard.
my top five. My top five. I go Curry at the 1. I go. Who's 2? Greatest shooting guard of all time.
Hey, you being disrespectful right now.
What you mean?
You thinking?
I go Kyrie at the 2. Shout out
Kyrie's a point
He
guard.
played 2 right now.
He's a point
He
guard.
played 2 right now.
Does he?
Yeah. Yes. Plays 2.
It's your list.
It's my list.
Over Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant?
Yes. Kyrie Irving.
Go ahead. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
We go LeBron James at the 3. We go. We go Tim Duncan at the 4. Ah. Yeah, we go Tim Duncan at the 4. And then we go Shaq.
Okay.
Nah.
When you finish with your list, say it like I said it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Is KD a 3 or 4? He plays the 4 sometimes. He plays the 4.
So Tim Duncan's out of here, Katie.
I'm just
It's
saying.
your list.
My team is gonna beat your team.
All right, so because you're trying to think ahead, I'm glad you said that.
I'm not. It's not necessarily like that.
No,
but
no.
I feel like
Who is your starting 5?
I feel like
position for
if Kevin
position?
Durant played the 4 all the way, he would be the best 4.
So he's your power forward.
Yeah.
All right, so your starting 5.
Because I can't have both KD and LeBron at.
So your starting 5 is
Huh?
position for position. Put them in the position.
Put them in a position. All right. But we actually, all right. Because I don't want to change positions. Like, if we actually going to go.
Position. I went position for position. I don't know.
Are
You
we
got
going-
Kyrie at the 2.
But Kyrie
over
plays 2, though.
And
Kyrie plays 2, though. Does he not play 2 right now?
but you got him over Michael
Yes,
Jordan
over
and
Michael
Kobe.
Jeffrey Jordan.
You have Kyrie
And over
over-
Kobe Bryant. Yes. Kyrie Irving.
All right.
That's y'all got.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Yes.
Michael.
Kyrie is the greatest skilled player of all time. I'm saying it.
Yo, listen. I have become a Kyrie fan. Best handle.
All of the
He's the
players
best handle in
aspire
NBA
to be
ever.
Kyrie.
Huh?
Every player aspires to be Kyrie.
Right now?
Not literally, but all the big men that try to be guards.
Shout out to Kyrie. He's Muslim.
All the
Can you say your 5?
what's my 5?
Yes. Position for position.
I just wanted to say that.
You could put
So
them
now
in a
I'm gonna
position.
take Kyrie out. Because after I said that, feel me?
Oh, so you just wanted the soundbite in the
Nah,
argument.
yeah, now Kyrie can go out. But
So Kyrie's not in yet. I'm still.
no, he is. If I'm allowed to put him there, he is.
You're allowed to put him there.
Type shit. If I'm allowed to put him there, it's Curry, Kyrie, LeBron, KD, Shaq. All time.
Say it one more time.
Curry,
Let's go like this.
Kyrie,
We're going to do it like this so
LeBron,
that we can
KD,
have this
Shaq.
because we're going to get a survey out of this one.
and
All
that
right.
team, I feel like will never lose a game.
Go. I got Magic at point. Who you got?
Curry,
Jordan at the 2. Who you got?
Kyrie,
LeBron at the 3. Who you got?
got LeBron,
Tim Duncan at the power 4. Who you got?
KD,
Abdul Hakim Olajuwon at the center. Who you got?
Shaq, Shaquille O'Neal.
All right. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe, comment, especially about this conversation in part 2. And
Comment.
subscribe,
Type shit on God.
like. We're going to keep on coming with content. And on that note, I think we gave y'all enough to talk about. And y'all put y'all top 5s in the comments. It'll be greatly appreciated. Love, peace,
Prosperity.
There
Type
we
shit
go.
On God. Type shit on God.